once again, welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott. And greetings, blessings, salutations, and love. Once again, welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott, and I tell you what, I have been having so much fun today. So much fun today, being alive, and so I'm sincere about my gratitude. Thank you. Thank you to all of you who may tune in, may join me, whether it's in the present time or the later time than me. Thank you. I hope I can deliver, right? I hope I can get it out correctly and share this fun and this spirit of joy that's within me, from expanding my imaginations, from awakening from the familiar into the unknown and the mystical and the magical. And today it's, I used to call this day like Talcott Tuesday, man, because there's a new good ring to that, man. But today it's in my post, sharing fun with others. Today's thumbnail exposes man's inherent dualism, right? Just with Jack, the side by side. It really is. And it's inspired by the viewers, chatters, right? People who are here and part of this crazy life we're living. So shout out to Jeep Girl, sincerely, much love, my friend. And I do hope to remind all of you that inspirations and good cheer, those are available for those who want them, who seek to find them. And I'm having fun. The example is, fun being shared by others. It's something we can build upon, man. And if we want to, at least. We don't have to, of course, but in the background, I guess, is the two. End all wars for lasting peace. Join me in creating a better future, right? That's the message of me. Today, my mind has gone to a lot of different places. I've had some time and I've been learning deeper surrender, deeper trust, deeper faith. And it feels good. It really does. But I did find myself with some downtime, I guess, some time where I wasn't committed to anything or any immediate purpose. And so I spent time in pleasure again today. Heavenly pleasure, like taking my breath away. My massage, manipulating the muscles, man, that stuff feels good. And I spent time with that and then allowed my mind to wander. And it brought me into this idea of how patterns of familiarity, right? What we're familiar with, it creates our comfort zone. And patterns of familiarity can cause one to fall asleep to the unknown because our focus is on what's familiar. And we're always watching to protect what's familiar and guard what's familiar and grow or whatever, control. When you're hypnotized and you fall asleep focusing on the familiar and you're ignoring the unknown, once the unknown shows up in the form of change, you don't know what to do. I'm speaking from experience. I was asleep, attached to the familiar and not really paying attention to the unknown. But it's in the unknown that you're going to find your greater adventures in life. Your growth is found through discovering what you don't yet know and then what you want to know. We live in a world that's utterly backwards, but you can trust, you can just surrender and accept that there's a perfection to it all, even if you don't understand it. You don't have to. The idea is to learn to trust in the perfection that is with you and for you to discover. God is the perfection that brings forth all life, all time, all space. It is the space that holds, that's in between the forms, right? Keeps forms apart. That space is intelligent and it's beyond us. That's the way I conceptualize God, at least. But some of the ideas I had are a little bit dark, admittedly, but I'm speaking them with a light heart. I'm not judging. I'm not trying to cause any fear. I'm trying to help people awaken from the familiar, to see, right? Conceptually see, what you know, but just in a different little way, right? A little bit different way to expand the perceptions in the mind. It seems pretty clear to me that the Luciferian forces, right? The darkness of the angelic realm, the evil, whatever. The Luciferian forces hide visibly here on earth in the darkness of ignorance and selfishness. I'll say it again. The Luciferian forces hide visibly here on earth in the darkness of ignorance and selfishness. But they don't have to have any power. See, this brings me into some of my observations on the world today. This thought kind of stood out to me as somewhere I shared it somewhere. There are many hands in the pockets of the poor. See, it's through wealth it's through poverty that wealth gains its power. It's through division that wars are created, caused, right? But this world we were born into, where people are just taking from people, it creates poverty. Look at the evidence. Look at the evidence all around America, all around the world. People taking from people creates poverty, oppression, violence, anger, guilt, shame, sadness, all the pain and misery in the world. Much of it's coming from people taking from people. But if we flip the script, recognizing it's easy to share one's blessings. When you recognize your abundance, you share in those blessings, right? So people giving to people, that's what generates abundance. It's following the order of nature as well. And I tell you what, these ideas I'm offering, they're right in line with the scriptures. So for those who call themselves, Christians or faithful, you know what first fruits is. Giving the first fruits is an act of caring for others more than yourself. And if that isn't exactly what Jesus did, that's exactly what he did. He showed he cared for others more than himself. So giving first fruits is an act of following that way, and you're showing faith in goodness more than the resources. Because goodness is limitless, baby. Resources can run out. Yeah, it's part of life. But when we lead ourselves in life with morality and consciousness, being aware of the choices we're making our choices with purpose, with intention, right? We're not just running through life on habits and chaos and trying to protect the familiar. Praise God. It is. This too, right? The message is right on time for Christmas, because the reality is, regardless of your opinion on the holiday and the tradition, there is a spirit of generosity that has emerged through the season. And while it looks like everyone's, fighting with each other at the stores and this and that, and there is a lot of stress that people carry, but it's because of their hearts and they care. They want to give, right? So there is a spirit of generosity that seems to emerge here on earth around this time. And it makes sense with me. Hey, I don't never know where the day is going to go, but I'm going to go ahead and drop the link already. I don't know if that's a good idea or not, but like I said, today I'm feeling actually very, very peaceful, and open minds are welcome to join me today. We can talk about many different things, if and you want to, of course. But some of the other ideas I was considering, I've given a lot of thought recently to the connection and distinctions from agreements and contracts. Contracts create a binding, right? And a binding is limiting. So a contract is a limitation. But an agreement, man, an agreement can be discussed, negotiated, adjusted, renewed, right? Reevaluated. We've created this world where contracts are more important than people's shelter, right? People get evicted from their housing, their apartment, because they can't afford the rent. You know, that's not right. Just because of some contract. Sometimes people are unable to fulfill agreements, right? But this is part of what God has for us. To truly appreciate unity and wholeness, we must experience the feelings and experience of being fractured and broken. Seems to me that's why God allowed the world to get all confused back in Babylon. But here today, with the benefits of technology and the evolution of mankind and God's plans, if you bring God's plans into the equation, it all just seems to fall together and seems to make sense, because that's the way it's supposed to be. See, anyway, similarly to living with the binding and limitations of contracts, well, a disagreement is actually kind of a contract that you impose on yourself. And so living with disagreements and conflicts creates discontent, while living with a more peaceful and agreeable nature reveals divinity, baby. And here we've got a guest I have not visited with for a while. Welcome back, Dominic. How are you?
Pretty good, Jack. I just came by to just say hi. Thanks for putting yourself out there and sharing awareness. I'm pretty sure the regular gang will probably be coming up soon enough. I just wanted to say hi, boss.
Well, I appreciate it, man. I do. Anything new with you?
I would like to think every time I wake up in the morning something's new. But yes, just enjoying my time off right now. I haven't been working for a while. I made that choice. So
Good for you. Well, part of this too, in the recent days, I've been observing there's one of the areas I can improve is certainly trying to connect with people here in the present, checking in. And it's been a while since we've spoken, Dominic. And I really don't know a lot about you, to be honest, but
well,
anything.
for me, Jack is more or less about the message. It's not really about me per se. Especially on a public platform. But I appreciate that's why I say I appreciate that you put yourself out there.
Well, thank you. And you do too. You do in your way. And my purpose isn't to expose you or bring you out. It's really, it seems this is the only way to have real human communication, is to connect with people in the present moment. Otherwise, they bring their ideas and memories. And what I've witnessed over and over and over in these panels is people talking at each other, not really listening or considering. I thought I was thinking earlier. Right before I started, I looked on to see who might be live, and I saw Andrew Wilson, known for debate. And there's many who are. In these panels, people say they're debating and they argue, they present arguments. But consider the difference between a debate and a discussion. It really comes down to the way you listen, isn't it, Dominic?
Well, we do, for me, respect is when we hear each other out. That internal speech is where I think I would, for myself, I listen inwards. It's always interesting when people want to debate with each other when it's their point of view. So how can somebody truly grasp somebody else's point of view outside of just hearing them and maybe going inwards and say, how does it serve me to know whether or not that person's, to my perception, is right or wrong? Again, that's just a game that I would be playing with myself.
And I think that's where I was going with my thoughts as well. For me, the idea, what I see in debate is people are listening to the other side of the conversation, but through the filter of defending the position. And so in this back and forth of defend and attack different positions, there's not really the pause and consider, doing the inner consideration of what the other person is speaking. And that's what I think you're talking about, isn't it? Is taking that inner look at what's being offered, right?
Yeah, usually our intent usually reveals a little bit about ourselves. So if a person already comes into a conversation thinking that there has to be either or, then they've already slanted it. They're not really there to hear another person share their personal experience or their observation. They're there to condemn them or try to give them some sort of flower. That's my interpretation, obviously, Jack.
Yeah. What I found has really helped me do a better job of communicating with others is listening. Because to listen, we must be present. And to actively listen, we must be like mind open and intent on receiving. This sort of thing I don't remember being taught in schools. And I went to a whole bunch of different ones. The idea of inner awareness, of learning how to interpret feelings and impulses, learning how to, focus on and let go of different thoughts, different ideas. The patterns of mental health, they're actually pretty clear and simple. I mean, from a place of health, I can say this. But if we can demonstrate to our children, the future generations, of identifying inner states of being, right? Learning how to trust their gut, their inspiration, their intuition, teaching our children how to follow their heart's desire and to lead with the wisdom that they can gain through learning. Man, you properly educate one generation of children and the world will change completely. But it's got to be the proper education, which is their path of learning.
Well, I guess, Jack, as you use the word educate, the mental health is important. I won't deny that. But also the emotional part. This is what when I hear people, whether they're triggered, that's usually revealing about their emotional development. Where are they? Do they feel as though because somebody says a word that should offend them?
This is, that's exactly it. And we've got, especially on these public platforms, we've got some folks that seem to have challenges with their emotional well-being. I'm going to take a chance here, Dominic, and I'm going to see where this goes. Welcome, Snafu.
Hey! The optics are high. Jack, we need you, dude. Me and Cage found this African guy in Gambia, Africa. Now, don't look at me. We're about to co-create collab unless you want to be a dictator and don't want part of this. But anyways, the poor dude lost a donkey, and that's all he wants. And so he was taking us on tour last night in his little village of 200 people. And it's kind of sad, because, the children and all the people out there in poverty, blah, blah. But I think we're going to I talked to Gabriel, talked to OTW, and now I'm talking to you. I think we're going to help this guy get a donkey, bro. And we're going to figure out how to do this. And we're going to come together as a community to help get a donkey. And I think since you always blasphemize Jesus and stuff, can you dress as God and we'll put you on a donkey? No? Oh. Well, I'm trying to think how to do this. What's wrong, Jack? You don't want to help? You don't want to help Africans that need help with donkeys?
Actually, please pause, because what you did remind me of. I got a message today from a young man in Nigeria. We've spoken before on social media a few times, and he's an incredible young man. He sent me a video of some news going on in Nigeria, and it's pretty ugly and sick. And the amount of
been that way. It's been that way for a very.
And the amount of evil and corruption in this world, it's our opportunity to address. And I truly invite everybody, accept this idea, expand your imagination, trust that we can end all wars for lasting peace. Join us. It's not just me. There are many of us creating a better future, right? It starts in the mind, and the mind can grasp these ideas with a heart that's willing, a heart that's willing to live and give, no matter the cost, right? Peace is the purpose of life for us, for me, for you, for everyone else. We're not here to work ourselves to death, to diminish each other, to accuse others, to punish others. We're not here to fight wars. We're here to generate peace, to reclaim this world in the name of justice and righteousness. I'm not joking about my dream and my desire of please. Should you know anyone or know any ways, I really want to speak with Donald Trump, the men and women of Congress, the other state leaders, because the corruption and the evil, the selfishness and the cruelty, whose responsibility is it to fix those things? Do we have to wait for God to create some miracle and magical moment for everyone to knock it off and to start doing the right things? No, we don't. That's what I realized for myself. I don't need God to send me angels and speak messages and burn a bush in front of me for me to realize, holy shit, man, there are powers greater than me that are with me. And the more I started doing things that I wasn't really comfortable with, right? Flying myself to Washington, D.C., speaking with executives, powerful people. When I pushed past my comfort zone, initially I did it on my stubbornness and my inner fortitude, my strength. That's what I told myself. But pushing past our comfort zones helps you find your faith. You've got evidence of it. But if you never face your fears, if you're just avoiding your fears, hiding from the people you don't like, hiding yourself from the people you don't like, if that's what you're doing, at the end, you might look at yourself like a coward for allowing your fears to waste your time. I did. I had to accept my cowardly parts, right? I had to realize, hey, Jack, you've been letting your fears hold yourself back, man. Hey, Frank, thanks. Get me back on track. The proof is everywhere for God. For those who will seek, you shall find. If you're willing to accept the answers, but the answers will be shown to you in ways that your limited mind may not first expect. That's happened with me many, many times. I'm expecting things to work out one way, expecting to find out that I was right, and then I learned something else. It's like, oh, well, that's a different perspective that I hadn't considered. Or I receive a blessing that I didn't know I needed. Inner peace. Inner peace is priceless, baby. Because in your inner peace, the calmness, the emotional well-being, where you feel safe, you feel whole, you feel as though you are with the holy and the divine, because love is holy and divine in its purity when you don't start applying conditions to it and requirements. When you stop putting requirements on what you expect God to show you or the world to show you or people to show you, when you let go of those expectations, brothers and sisters, that's where the freedom, it like creeps in. I mean, it's since freedom is a nothing. It's like it's not it's not powerful. It's just subtle. And the next thing you know, you're like, whoa, I feel lighter. Whoa, I feel better. Whoa, I feel like I'm alive, man. And then the colors are brighter and you hear the birds and you see the signs and you're like, whoa, this life is happening all around me. It's magical. It really is. Living with disagreements and conflicts, it creates a discontent in your state of well-being. Because in your disagreements and your conflicts, your mind can't be at peace. It's got to defend itself and justify itself. And it'll be constantly looping like on a hamster wheel over and over and over, saying the same things, doing the same things over and over and over, not even paying attention. I've witnessed it so much on these panels, even from the guests I have waiting in the back. Currently, praise God. God is so good. But the goal, rather than just focus on the problem, right? Because the problems are everywhere. Yeah, Jack, we all know that. You don't want to be living with disagreements and conflicts. Yeah, Jack, we know forgiveness brings freedom. Yeah, it does. It really does. Unforgiveness is a bitch. And you'll act like a bitch and you'll look like a bitch. Whether you're gender or not, doesn't matter. Unforgiveness sucks. It diminishes your quality, your character when you're running around with these ideas of resentment and punishment. Back to the point, the positive side, living the goal. The goal and the way is living a more peaceful and living with a more peaceful and agreeable nature. It does. It reveals divinity. The key is to accept the life that is the moment, because that's all that really is this moment in the here and now. And Snafu, what on earth are you doing, man? Notice Jack backstage distracts from helping dude. Hey, as far as the donkey, I want to encourage and support, okay, what you said you're doing. Sounds like a noble cause, brother. Go for it. Go with blessings and encouragement. But my goal, as I said, I know there is a way. If we believe there's a way, we will find a way. If we believe there's not a way, we'll find an excuse. I found many ways in my mind. I see many, many ways for this to happen. So this was what gives me the confidence in my heart to say, I am confident. God's will for mankind is to end the wars, to confront the secrecy, the selfishness, the cruelty together. Uniting together, we dissolve the separations of wealth and authority with honesty and fairness, right? Oversight together. We can help each other. We can bring this world into a new condition of healing, not just in the mankind, but in the animal and plant and soil. We can work together with the technologies and knowledge we've developed rather than trying to diminish mankind, reduce the population of mankind through science, or create some superhuman adaptation of mankind. Rather than do all this crazy stuff that sounds like sci-fi, maybe even witchcraft, but shit is real, man. This shit is real. I know I sound like a madman, but praise God. For those of you who get me, you get it. You know what I'm saying. For those of you who don't yet get me, stick around, man. Seriously, do that. Do that. Do that subscribe thing and the like thing. Is that going on? What the heck? StreamYard. Why is that not doing that? Anyway, I lost my thought. I'm going to explore this. What is your purpose
I'm
of?
so disappointed in you, Jack. Look, this is where I want.
I don't care. Your disappointment is on you, brother. I got no disappointment. I'm here in the present, filled with joy, suggesting let's expand our imaginations into the realm of the reality that this world, ooh, baby, it's crying out. It is time for a spiritual revival. And that spirit that we seek to revive, let's bring clarity into that. What spirit do we seek to revive here on earth? How about the spirit of love, the spirit of kindness, the spirit of generosity, the spirit of goodness, right? Giving first fruits. It's an act of caring for others more than yourself. That's exactly what Jesus showed. This fighting for control and domination of the narrative, it's not healthy, snafu. Not in the slightest. I'm going to go a different direction and welcome back Mr. Cage. How are you, Caged Reality?
I'm doing well, brother. How are you? Welcome back.
How can I understand why if there's no explanations available? I don't like assuming, but people actually, you know what? Rather than me going into criticism, Cage, you look very sharp, my friend.
Oh, we're on the donkey fund here.
You look very well dressed. And oh, is that you're working on the donkey fund with the?
Yeah, I actually brought it to Africa multiple times now, and yeah, we're gonna help little like starving children. I mean, why not? Is that what Jesus does, right?
Who is?
I am.
How?
How? Through I grow stuff, send it to people that really need it, I get it back.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we have something called Water for Life. So we've actually made many wells in India and that through a buddy Green Bodhi. It has nothing to do with this community. But yeah. So we make people have like fresh water to drink.
Good for you. early in 2018, as I was looking and discovering new things, I found an organization called charitywater.org, I think. And it sounds like similar to what you're describing.
This
They
one's
go,
called Water for Life. It's not an organization, though. It's just people from the community. You know, you can put your plaque on it. You can put Jack Talcott plaque on there, and every time they drink water, they could, you know, it has nothing to do with that. It's not about like, you know, like an egocentric thing. But yeah, you know, you can do anonymous. You don't even have to put nothing on there. Okay? It could be a tax write-off, though, if you look at it.
uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like what are you saying? Not to interrupt you, Mr. Talcott.
Thank you. What I was saying is that was one of my motivations when I got this Live Without Fear. Admittedly, I imagined success and abundance, and one of my first ideas was I really wanted to be driven for profits to go to support organizations like that, right? People that were actually changing the lives of these villagers by not only the one I was aware of, not only are they drilling the wells, but they're providing equipment and education so that these villages can also go spread it themselves too.
Sounds good to me.
I believe that's what they were doing, but it's been a number of years because I
Oh,
haven't made the funds yet to really go back and look at some of those. But
mm-hmm.
there was a book I read some time back as well. I can't remember the author, Paul something, but it was titled "The Blessed Unrest." And the point of the blessed unrest that the author was pointing out is how the world has already been changing. And this was a number of years back. It's been written. But the evidence he was pointing to was the growth of all these nonprofit organizations. While, yes, currently many of the nonprofits and philanthropy has been used for, you know, schemes. There's millions and millions of organizations, and these organizations contain millions, and maybe I exaggerated on the organizations, but there's millions and millions of people involved with these organizations, and these organizations are looking towards restoring the environment, protecting the environment, restoring justice, protecting justice, right? Doing the right thing. So the point of blessed unrest is, yes, our world is shifting. Things are getting a little bit crazy. We're going through an actual extinction level event here on Earth in the other species, as well as look at how many humans are being lost in wars and disasters. And it's getting worse unless we stop it. And we can. I got faith we can, because we don't have a choice. If we want a future for mankind, we've got to change directions, and the directions are simple. We confront the corruption together. No more secrets, no more lies. Then this nonsense. See, when our banking industry, when the banking systems, corporate systems, and government systems no longer have legal secrecy, well then, guess what? Our world will
Jack, isn't
change.
People giving to people generates abundance, sir. So it goes back to the bartering system. But either way, yeah, people can go and like make numbers out their fucking ass out of thin air and have everybody somehow give up something that's infallible to something that could easily be bought and okay, so I could pay this amount of money for you to work for me for this amount of hours. That's retarded. That's slavery, technically. The fuck? So it
Well,
should, in a way. There are many hands in the pockets of the poor.
yep. Because there's many levels. All of us are dealing with these different systems of life. And I tell you what, it is, in some aspects, it's more expensive to live in poverty than it is to live with wealth. It costs more. in so many different ways. Your time,
Very,
your
very
energy.
true, Mr. Talcott. Yeah, the time is some resource you not get back. You can't get back time. There's a whole movie with it. But yeah, Snafu is really upset in the background. You want to hear him out for a little bit? We helped a guy with a donkey in fucking Gambia. You know what I mean? Like, it literally did it. So it's
All right.
possible to go help
All
other
right.
people. Yeah.
Cage, maybe you can help me keep Snafu calm. Maybe
All
between
right.
the three of us, we can help each other stay calm and
Let's all be calm.
we can allow each other to speak. I've got confidence in this.
All right, I'm going to mute.
Snafu, welcome.
Instantly block, because for the first time we come here saying, hey, Jack, guess what? We got this guy that is living in a village, poverty, war-torn country with over 220 people in the village. And like Cage says, there's things that we do that you don't do, like the water stuff helping. And I was actually going to say, do you want to be part of helping those in need to get a fucking donkey and maybe even more that are involved in poverty and war and this, that? And look what you do. You Nazi block me. You go on this rant wanting to help people when we bring it to you. And then you want to play like, see, you're a coward, bro. I don't even want him to help us with this, Cage. Fuck him. We're going to get the donkey without. Jack doesn't care about helping people. Look what he did today. Look how he
Here,
acted. Unbelievable.
Please
You're full.
pause.
You're full, Jack. Like I tell you, you burn your
Pause.
opportunities all the time. Look what you did.
You need to interrupt your pattern. If you won't interrupt yourself, I will, Snafu. Okay? Now, I'll bring you back, but the condition is you pause. All right? We need to get on the same page here.
We're not on the same page. We actually do shit. You don't. And by the way, no, I checked to make sure it was not a Nigerian scammer. Trust me, Cage remembers. Like, I put the guy through this NAFU test. Just so you know, G.
I didn't ask.
Even NPC, here's what's funny. NPC, the game, Gabriel's down to help us. I'm down, Cage is down, OTW's down. How come Jack is the only one? I'm just finding it funny. You're the one always talking about wanting to help communities, this, that. We got this big opportunity, and you want to play fucking interesting shit.
Calm down, please. Thank you.
I'm calm. I just see that you're fake.
But when you're speaking, you're not open. Can you please?
I'm as open as it could be.
Well, I got faith you can be a little more open and a little more silent. I'm sure.
No. Here's what's funny. You talk about communities as we need to all the time. And what's funny is I've talked to OTW, talked to Gabriel, talked to Cage. We're actually in our community. Down. Okay, you know what? Fuck you, Jack.
Slow down. You're not allowing any participation. You're just
not allowing yourself to listen to your fucking ignorance and selfishness.
Please pause. Please pause. And let's just take a breath, okay?
All right. Does your guy want a donkey or a jackass? Because we got jackass too, Cage.
Back to the present. Back to the present. Right? Let's take a breath and just breathe. Okay? We can talk.
You just proved to me how fake you are. Like, we literally are doing
I send it. We send them to the store. Actually, Jack, like, it's literally real. It was really hard to deal with. We found a way, and it's been like over a year. Yeah, buddy, he went to the store. He fed his little children and that. I mean, for me,
who are you talking about?
Like random people that actually really need it.
How is that related to anything we were talking about?
That's what he was trying to tell you about, like a whole donkey, whatever the fuck. They use donkeys for like calves.
Yeah, right. There's a lot of people in need. As I mentioned, see, Snafu doesn't listen to my explanations. As I mentioned earlier, I've made a friend on social media. Young man is trying to build a community gardens, right? Trying to feed his community and teach and share knowledge regarding agriculture. And there's a lot of violence around. And this young man, his farm and community, it's in danger. Okay, so yeah, I'd love to support a man getting a donkey so he can do what he needs to do. I'd love to support a lot of people in this
I'm
world.
all about agriculture. I know there's so many. So I think if it's like pass it forward, right? So like once you do something, like other people's, they'll be able to be in that position to keep going. You know, it spreads like a virus, or like an antivirus. You know what I mean? Like no one man can go and, or no one organization or man or whatever can go and help everybody. But as long as we make that change within ourselves, that will spread towards others and give them the opportunity to
Yeah,
hopefully help others, and it keeps going from there. That's my mind state. You know what I mean?
I got you. I got you. Let's come back to what's happening here just for a few minutes. Because did you notice this too from Snafu? He asked me to dress up as God on a donkey, and then he wants to pretend he came in with good intentions. Is that fair?
I never heard that. I don't know. So
You didn't hear him say that?
I wasn't paying attention at that point. I just joined now.
Okay, no worries. It's just truly fascinating. And now I've got Steven in the back as well. And I've told Steven he's not welcome.
You want a psychopathic manipulator to come and run a narrative? It's up to you.
He offers me nothing. And he takes me for granted. So, Steven, I told you, you can reach out to me off air, demonstrate to me that you can be seen as a man of character, good character, rather than just a impersonator, right? That's the demonic energy, sincerely. People think demons are dark and scary and they got the dark.
Look at the chat. He's losing his mind in the private chat. The man's like going crazy with it. How can he type that fast? You fucking insane person. Okay. Get some help, buddy. I want the best for everybody. You know, Jack, like I've literally had nothing, you know, what I give back to people to the point where I won't even eat. You know what I mean? Isn't that like a Jesus way or whatever the fuck you want to call it? I ain't want to call it any sort of thing. But yeah, like imagine you had nothing and you still give to people. Isn't that like a right path to do? Because,
Well,
you know, universe will provide either way. Yeah.
sure, that is true. But there are also people who will give just to be the victim. To be the
Oh,
victim.
they'll take advantage of it, and that's fine. Right? Yeah, I get that. You know,
Do you?
there's lots of
All right, you
manipulative.
want to finish the rest of my thought?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
No, I want to hear the rest of your thought. You asked me, so I said yes, sir.
Well, no, I asked if you wanted to finish the rest of my thought because you interrupted me.
That's your thought. That's your own private thought. That's
Right. So stop interrupting me so maybe you can hear what I have to say, Cage, please. It's frustrating, dude.
I get it. So I'd like to hear it.
I don't remember it. You interrupted me. It was gone. So
Manipulation, you're on the grounds of manipulation and how people, you know, they'll kind of tell. You can feign like being a quote nice person and then use that as an advantage. I think that's where you're going on. In a way, I'm not sure. If not, if you can elaborate, Talcott, I'd like to hear your thoughts on that.
I missed you. I'm sorry. My mind was trying to retract myself. But one of the things I am really trying to figure out, Kate, I've met a lot of people who have been unwilling to consider the things I'm saying. And it's been interesting for me to deal with. Hey, here's another person I believe to be a great communicator. I want to welcome back Bex.
Thank you so much, Jack. It's been a long time. It's a pleasure to see you, a pleasure to see Cage, and a pleasure not to see most of the hater sympathizers, and junkies in chat. Welcome back.
We got honey. No, welcome back to the honey. Don't get stuck.
But you have a lot of patience, Jack, more patience than I. So I just wanted to come up and say hello. It's been a long time.
Hey, it's good to hear from you.
Thank you.
this crazy experience here online, it's really been a test for me. And some of these characters are fascinating.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
what it's shown me is consistency. There's consistency and differences in the behavior. There's subtleties in it, but my experience in this online thing has helped me to learn a lot of things. And I see it in common people as well as public figures. There's a delusion that's happening in this world, and it's time for people to start waking up, awakening from the familiar to open up to the mysterious, because the spirit of this life is a mystery.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is. It sure is.
And if we
I like
spend
how
our
you
time,
say,
please go ahead.
I was just going to say, I appreciate how you say fascinating. You know, it's like we used to use words like unique and eccentric. You know, some people say weirdos, right? Like, you know, but it is fascinating, you know, like, um, yeah, it's like I know when we've talked before, you've talked about how, you know, you've learned to have a be lighter, right? Like to not be so serious, you know, as a direct result of this experience. And I would say the same for me. Yeah. Um, yeah.
The way I,
I've learned a
the way
lot about people.
Me too. And myself, because this is the focus I've been taking. It took me a while to really get it into my being and my core. But the reality is, we learn of ourselves through the experiences of others. And where we're willing to take ourselves shows more about ourselves than anything else. So
Good
I
point.
started paying attention to me a lot.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Well, I know for me, I was really blessed actually, and I know people wouldn't normally say this about, you know, having sudden emergency health problems. They weren't so sudden an emergency. They've always known that this could happen. But I have had 3 surgeries in the last 7 weeks, and it's really, you know, it's nice to have a wake up call that isn't crazy serious. You know, it's nice to be given a new lease on life based on what you value. You know, um, yeah, and I'm really grateful.
I have
Yeah.
something valuable to add. I'll put it in the private chat. If you like to read a bit, it's because you're really good at speaking. So hold on. There's a bit of it. I'll get the rest of it.
Is that okay, Jack? Do you mind if I read? It's pretty short.
sure.
It
Please.
says quotes about meaning from others can highlight that true purpose is often found in service to others, that our interactions with others teach us about ourselves, or that we can find courage and strength from the actions and resilience of others. Examples include Ruth Bader Ginsburg's advice to lead others to join a cause you care about, Carl Jung's idea that what irritates you about others reveals something about yourself, and the sentiment which that simply enduring is an act of courage, which it got cut off. It's a choose your own ending to the sentence. Yeah. So
Yeah.
thanks, Kate.
Right. It's all criticism is
Oh, and
self-criticism.
it, which honors the strengths of others. And yeah,
Thank
I'll
you.
post it there quick. So if you want to end it, yeah, my bad. You know, there's a character limit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Cage. See, I'm not sure that you're here with me. I'm
I'm always here with you,
the
Jack. Like you see me.
no, Cage. Cage, please stop telling yourself those things, because
Okay.
you're not. Okay? I wouldn't say it if I didn't have a reason for saying it. I can assure you of that. Um,
I'm all about action, Mr. Talcott.
I suggest your best action is to listen, to sit, to receive, to be. Okay? Life life doesn't have to be the way this world has painted it to be. It's a nightmare of our own creation. But the reality is, inside of each of us is the key to our own individual freedom. I'd like to help others find theirs. This quote regarding what irritates you about others reveals something about yourself. It is absolutely true. Carl Jung was such a gift for us. The psychology and the theories that have developed, the practices that have developed from what he left behind are amazing. A lot of what I've learned is built upon the ideas of integrating the shadow, becoming the individualized being. And it's just the same thing. It's been told over and over throughout time in different ways through different philosophies, but our school systems don't teach these things. They teach what's required for everyone to get a job. I want to change that, brothers and sisters. Please join me in the here and now. Do you know what I was talking about, Cage? You want a feedback? What'd you hear from me?
You want to change, and you want to teach people the fundamentals of philosophy and a proper ideology so everyone can grow. That's what I got from it.
I'm saying we have the opportunity in this lifetime to change the world, to end the wars. Okay, not only did I hear from my friend in Nigeria, and the clip he shared, it admittedly it was a little bit on the side of fear porn, but the evidence I saw, the footage and the statistics, in addition to what I saw there, I also saw many connections between the State of Israel, the United Arab Emirates, the United States of America, Britain, and all of their involvement in the civil wars that are happening in Africa, Sudan, all over, and Nigeria. It's the save Palestine, you save the world. It's kind of coming down to that, because this shit is getting thick. What's going on in the world and what Donald Trump, brothers and sisters, who is going to change the direction of the U.S.? Are we going to wait and pretend like the next vote is going to do something? We're going to wait and pretend like these congressmen and women who are infiltrated and just supported by the foreign states and their operations? Brothers and sisters, when are we going to reclaim self-ownership? Arpol, thank you for that. I will figure out how to pass that on to the folks that are working for that. Cage, I put you in the back because your behavior is utterly... Do you have any explanation, Cage, please?
Well, lit an owl on fire, and you're all scared now.
Why? Why? What are
why
you
not?
gaining? What are you gaining?
Nothing.
Okay, so then why not? Why would you not want to do that on my live stream?
What's wrong with that?
I asked you. You asked me. I know you can answer it. Why, if you were to guess, why would you not
symbolically? What does it mean?
Owl on fire on my live stream? Why would you?
It's out of fire. It's right here.
Not want to, huh?
It's out of fire. It's a bit warm.
I don't care. You're not answering my question. Please, Cage. Let me
How would I do that?
So you don't. Please consider my question.
Mm-hmm. I'm considering it all day.
You said there was no reason to do what you did. You recognize that. I recognize there was.
There's a complete reason. It was symbolic.
To who?
To myself and to everybody around who could recognize it.
And what symbol were you sharing with those who are tuned in, Cage?
Can't talk about it on your live stream, buddy.
Then why are you doing it here?
Because I'm here to support. I'm here to support. Like, I'm not here to fuck with you. I'm here to help
Do you
you.
think that supports me or distracts from what I'm saying?
Again, let's go back to your topic.
Cage, answer my question. Do you think that supports me or distracts from what I'm saying?
So is it a yes or a no? I'm saying no. It does not.
It's an either or.
No, it's a no. And either way, yeah, I think it would.
What is the no? Explain yourself, please, Cage.
No, it does not distract from anything. Now it is because we're talking about it. It should just be like a background thing for people to look at.
Cage, hold on. You're not, just because you say something does not mean it's accurate. I want you to reconsider your thought that lighting a figurine of an owl on fire on my live stream while I'm talking about trying to change the world, you don't think that's any sort of distraction?
Maybe that adds to it. Maybe like, yeah,
Cage,
you light it up.
have I not asked you to stop that shit before? Have I not?
Tell me I'll never do it again. No more
Cage, Cage, answer my questions, please.
No, you have not.
You think I've not asked you to stop doing the nonsense with the owl and your apron? You don't remember me asking you that.
Not directly.
You're lying. You're lying, Cage, to yourself. Your behavior is not helpful here. You know this. I've tolerated you long enough, Cage, and you don't seem interested in changing. So I'm done with you today. Please enjoy the rest of your day. Any suggestions, Bex? You're here.
I wish I had. I wish I had suggestions. I know I'm quite blessed. Like, I have a lot of miscommunications with Cage, but I have more good communications than miscommunications, and we both seem to be equally at fault, him and I. But he can be. There are aspects of communicating with him that can be frustrating, and I know it's the same with me. So I think that, if it's not I think you handled it really well.
Are you able to see that lighting an owl figurine on fire might be a distraction from what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. For sure. Anything done on camera when you're talking can be very distracting, let alone, a flame or something, for sure.
Okay, so two of us can see that together, that it's not helpful. So, Cage, can you understand that what you're doing is not okay for me?
All right, no, it will never happen again. I'm sorry, brother. I love you.
You're sorry for what?
For my outrageous behavior of lighting an owl figurine on fire. It has nothing to do with you.
I know. It has to do with you and your lack of awareness, your lack of situational awareness. You're disassociated, dude. You're not in the same reality as me, and I don't know how to connect to you, dude. You're out of your, maybe you're out of my league. I can't connect to you. I give up.
I'm beyond.
Yeah, because you don't listen, Cage. So, Cage, I'm not wanting you to really laugh at this situation. If you can't tell, I'm kind of frustrated with you. You've worn out my patience, and I'm a very patient man. You say you want to help me. You say you want to support me. How are you ever going to do that when you're focused on only yourself, dude?
And there's nothing. You think I'm here for myself? I'm here for you and other people, everybody.
You've been a disruption for me, Cage.
Maybe. Okay. Well, I'll work on that. What I'm saying here, why don't
You
we
said
do
that
like,
before, Cage.
okay, well, now we're going to bring it into action now. So,
How
well,
should I trust that? What's going to be different? What steps are you
well,
going to
here,
take?
you can simply ask me a yes or no question. I'll answer it yes or no.
How about you
You,
just cooperate with me as I am instead of trying to tell me what to do? Please?
I never told you what to do, man.
You're just telling me, how about ask me a yes or no question? I
That was a
mean,
question. And like, I'm not forcing you to do anything. Like, we can
but
simply do it.
why aren't you trying to do things with me, my way? Because my way is here and now. And that's all I'm asking you to do is to try and get what I'm saying. Do you think you were paying attention to anything I said when you were
Yes,
lighting
I'm
on
paying
fire?
attention. I'm paying
When you were
attention. Yeah.
when you were lighting your owl on fire or while you're speaking and interrupting me, are you hearing what I'm saying? You're not. We can do better. That's what I'm confident about. We can do better. But I'm not sure what you're here for. You say that, but look at what you're doing. What is available to me, Cage? I mean, I don't mean to be rude. Tell you what, why don't you and I have a conversation offline as well? As with Mr. Snafu in the back, and as with Mr. Steven in the back, I think we can do better. We have real adult conversations, man to man, without trying to pretend there's an audience. You got to entertain. Praise God. Awakening from the familiar, expanding imaginations. Only the willing can do that. And if you don't have the heart of willingness, ask yourself, where did I lose it? Where did I lose the willingness to find agreement, to walk with freedom, to walk with love? Where did I lose the connection to the spirit of goodness, the spirit of hope, the spirit of kindness, the spirit of presence? All of us, as we go through our lives, we're all operating through each day at our own level of mind. Now, the mind is not just the mental activity, it's also the emotional activity. It's the spirit of being, right? The spirit of who we are is what moves us. But those with corrupted hearts, they're carrying around these minds of judgments and convictions and contracts and disagreements. And they've got this very limited focus, fighting constantly to be right. Against what? It's hell. Brothers and sisters, there is hell on earth, and it's happening right now. And if you're not in hell right now, be grateful. I encourage you, get to your knees and thank God that you are not amongst the suffering today. And if you are amongst the suffering, you're dealing with fear and pain and discomfort and isolation and betrayal and loss, and the world looks uncertain, there's one answer for you. There is one answer for you and me and all of us. Love the light. Love the light is the direct path to the love of God. The light within you is within your awareness. What is your level of awareness? How can you grow in the light of awareness and unity and strength and wisdom and creativity and beauty? How can you grow in those ways for you? But it's not just for you. It's for the world you live in. It's for the world that sees you. It's for the world you see. It's up to you to change the view, tune the frequency of your mind into a higher level frequency When you catch yourself getting these negative thoughts, the toxic ideas that will bring the toxic chemicals into your feelings, when you find those, remind yourself better is available. Find the next level better, the next step better, the next possible better in your mind, and you can feel better about your situation. These are practices I found helpful for myself because I didn't like living with disagreements. I didn't realize I could get rid of those conflicts, just by setting down my opinions, but I turned out that was the only way. And if you're willing to love the light more than the darkness, you'll figure out what that means for you from your situation. And if you seek the wisdom higher than yourself, in the mind that's beyond the limits of your mind, into the unknown. And in the unknown, it appears dark and it's scary to the identity of the ego. But the identity of the ego is just that. It's an identity. It's fictional. It's fluid. It's just patterns of thoughts and memories that connect together. Meanings and definitions are what create each of our identity. But the identity is not real. The ego is not real. The only thing that is real is the Holy Spirit. Well, and I guess it's real that people do deny the Holy Spirit and they walk with corruption and cruelty and selfishness. But the real life that is lived through you, through me, is the Christic. It is the spirit of holiness, perfection, divinity, innocence, trueness, authenticity. That is the spirit of who you are and who I am and who Jesus showed us to become. Because I had these thoughts earlier today of Jesus as well. And if you take the stories of the Bible, in the beginning, God created Adam and put him in the garden, Adam and Eve in the garden without sin, with abundance, with the prosperity of everything they need. But God knew the story. God already knows the plans. It's just in God's mind. It's just the will of God becoming known. That's what we are. We're just the will of God becoming known. But anyway, back to the point. So in the original design of man, with the perfection, God knew that it would require man to know good and evil, to be God-like. And Jesus came at the time. He spoke out the demons. He spoke out the evil. He called it out. But he offered forth the truth with love, generosity, so that our world could truly understand God's infinite love, God's infinite perfection. It's being revealed through the perfect plans of you and me, and all of the darkness and all of the light. It's all coming together. But I envision in the beginning, as it was said, Jesus was there, the ideal man, the perfect man, the strong man, kind man, generous man, forgiving man. That man was in God's mind at the very beginning and at the end, right? Because God's vision is for the world to be populated with the followers and, being as Jesus, with Jesus, so that God's love reigns supreme here on earth. And we don't want to walk away from that. I saw someone pop up. I do want to explore this opportunity. So welcome back, Illumitami.
Do you want to explore it here? Or you want to explore it where you don't have any mod god powers? Because that's why you stormed off Landry, right?
It wasn't because of the absence of powers. It was because there was nothing I could say. I couldn't say anything.
There's nothing you can say that makes you right. And you just want to be right.
My preference is to be correct. I'd rather be accurate. And I'll be wrong. I'll admit where I'm wrong.
We've looped this. Right, correct, accurate. What's wrong with being that? Oh, that was a big one.
No, right, correct, accurate. That's the path to be on.
So
That's the
why do
path.
you demonize people? Then what do you mean when you say they just want to be right?
They want their subjective truth to prevail over the objective truth.
Say my when you say that. Possess it. Say your, as in me being Jack, you would say, I want my subjective truth to beat over their objective truth.
No.
Because that's what you're doing. That's
Well,
what you're
okay.
doing.
Okay. And I won't deny that it certainly comes across that idea. But what I am hoping people will do is maybe consider my subjective.
We have, and it's bullshit.
Well,
And then you
it's
say, we don't understand. And then we repeat it back to you, and we say, is this your subjective? You say, yeah. And we're like, yeah, it's bullshit.
That's not always accurate, Tom. Please.
Do you remember when you went on the? Do you remember when you went on the Christian YouTube channel and the guy was sniffing you out very politely, and you haven't been back since?
Well, if you're referring to the Think Institute, Joel, I can't remember his last name. Yeah, I don't think I've been back. I reached out to him. I reached out to him through email.
Did you ever go to the church next door like you said you would when you got back?
Yes, I did.
How'd that go?
Excuse me. It was an inspiring service. They allowed me the opportunity to introduce myself. It was a small gathering. And I just didn't make any connections. Nobody seemed really to, I don't know. I tried talking to the pastor as well, but it's just
they
people
couldn't
don't
get you things you want.
No, Tom, the thing is it's like people don't hear me or they don't acknowledge what I'm looking for. They just answer something else and they ignore me. Conversations with people.
And that's what you went to church for?
Well, I was hoping to connect with a local pastor, thinking he'd be able to help me connect with other community places and maybe other places.
So you wanted to stair step. You wanted to stair step in the house of God.
Well, partially. I mean, that's part of what the church is community, and community supports each other. I'm hoping to find a community here.
It's not necessarily church. Church is to learn about God. But you think you already know about God because you just want to be correct.
No. I don't want, actually, I have hopes.
I should have rolled with that one because then I could have said you're achieving that. Like, I don't want to be correct. Good job.
I have hopes of being proven correct, because if I am correct to the greater degree, then God is doing something amazing with me and you and all of us. Tom, you are a part of me. I am a part of you.
See, that's your manipulation. That's your manipulation to try and draw people in. Like, hey, I'm doing special stuff for God, and you can too.
Can I explain what I'm saying?
Oh, you can try.
Well, here and now, we're sharing this experience, this moment of time together.
It's miserable, isn't it?
It's not that miserable.
It is. You're garbage.
Can I want to give you a compliment. I saw your short earlier.
It'll go on deaf ears. You don't need to give me a compliment because it doesn't mean anything from you.
But it could if you allowed it to.
No, when I'm sitting across from the guy that all Flow State or Paul Enslaved has to do is show up, you're going to backstage me, you're all going to run a narrative about me and say, that's Tom, and you can't back it up. You won't even give me the conversation, and you'll protect them while you're at it, and they laugh at you behind your back, just like half the chatters.
Actually, Tom, I tell you what, the way you're communicating with me today, if they showed up, I wouldn't bring them up because of just what you said. They do. They mock me and disrespect me. I see it. I know.
And you still will fucking lap it up. Like, did you see Paul on Truth or Cop saying he doesn't support you?
No, I missed that. But he's honest. He's honest about. I did tithe.
No, he's
I
a
was generous.
contradictory, hypocritical, narcissistic faggot. And once again, everywhere I go, it's like it's bad that I go on channels as he goes on those channels to say, look, Tom's here. He shouldn't be here, like Paul is. Do you see the contradiction?
I know there's a lot of rude people in these panels, and I've gotten a reputation being rude with you, and I'm trying to break that, okay, Tom? I really
You
am.
won't. I'm still
If
slapping
people
together
around me-
for years of it. It's gonna be slop till you drop. Panel waste management.
What if just temporarily, right? Temporarily we stop.
Are you gonna say you and I join forces and flip it on Flow State and Paul and Snafu and Steven? I can do it myself.
But wouldn't
with
it be more
God.
fun with support and with a partner?
There's nothing fun with you except lolcalling you. I look how far I've made it going against your narrative, your false witness, your antichrist jargon.
Hey, Tom, I got to let you in on this, okay? Because God just brought me a
I'm
test.
so excited. I bet it's going to throw me for a loop.
Well, God just brought me a test. Right after what I said, we got a guest in the back.
Right. And how you think you're going to do with your test?
Well, I think we're doing pretty good today.
No, there is no we, Jack.
No, you and I in this conversation. It takes two to have a conversation, right?
And you can barely manage that most of the time, huh?
But I think today, we are managing it. And this is a step.
Only because you're not mod godding, and that can turn in an instant.
Yes, and you're right. But I'd also like to give credit. I'm not trying to mod god you because you're
because nobody else is up here to give you the content.
Actually, no. It's because you're allowing us to communicate. I
always do. You're just tolerating the truth that I'm telling you for a change, as opposed to any other day.
Pardon?
You're just tolerating the truth that I'm smacking you with, as opposed to other days you'd have a shorter patience for it. Who's in the back, Jack? You're wasting their time.
Paul, you willing to try and communicate with him?
Faggot.
Yeah, you know why he's running, and this is why, Tom, I gave you this advice just yesterday. You should tell the whole story from now on when you tell these stories, trying to narc, as you put it, triangulating. I was at Truth or Cops last night to have a conversation. You stormed in there, scrolled the chat, and were bashing me because how dare I come over here and support Jack Talcott? I said, see the game he plays, right, Jack? See the game? So he comes up here and says, Paul was just over at Truth or Cops last night saying he doesn't support you. Tell the whole story. You were hating on me and assailing me and bashing me for being here, sharing in a conversation, saying I was supporting Jack. I responded with, I'm not supporting or not supporting Jack. I was sharing time and space, having a conversation and contributing to that conversation, right? He then took that statement and said, Paul just ran over the other place and did what I do, meaning him, and says he doesn't support you. No, Tom, that's not what happened. And you just triangulated and narked, and you left out a pivotal part of the story so you could try to manipulate Jack's feelings and get him to hate me, because you're a scumbag, quite frankly, because you're a manipulative, hateful scumbag in so many words and terms, right?
Well, Paul, we recognize that because we have those tendencies, okay?
Right, I don't need to do that. I have no stake in the outcome, ultimately. I haven't even been doing my own broadcast. It's ridiculous that I even show up at these places. The point is, if he's going to tell the story, tell the whole story instead of leaving out certain pivotal parts so he can try to manipulate other people and cause chaos and discord and strife, because that's all he knows how to be a part of, right? Unfortunately for him.
So far, Paul, I really do. I have faith that people are learning and growing. Some people are real resistant to learning, and some people they choose to learn the hard way. And Tom's not a bad guy. I mean, he's got his edges, and he does triangulate. He does create. He's very good. He's very good, but not as good as he thinks he is.
Yeah, well, he's that whole "I think I'm smarter than I am" kind of thing, right? He's a legend in his own mind. So, what will now go down in lore history, as he puts it, because this is his whole life, is that today Jack Talcott supported Aluma Tommy because he once again gave him a panel where there was an actual audience, more than 5 fucking people, and Tom had the balls to come up here with his Cash App on screen because he's so desperate and needy for contributions because he's a charity case. So that's the narrative, because that's what actually just happened. Jack just gave you a space today to indirectly panhandle and beg because you're so well off with all your crypto. I think I made my point, Jack. I think I'm going to see my way out. I have no business being in any of these places anyway.
Hey, you do. You're part of the legacy of these places, and you're certainly a part.
Don't remind me, Jack. Please don't remind me. I've already been brought low enough with my disease and my challenges with my health. I don't need any more piling on.
I don't mean to kick you in the knees there, but hey, much love to you, my brother.
I'll see you later.
Hey, peace. Have a great day. Holy cows. And for those who may not know, that's our friend, Proper Instruction Motivates People, Paul Unslaved. And as Paul left, welcome back, Tommy.
See, he forgets the layers. Like, he wants to call it running. No, that's what he's done when he doesn't have Mod God. I like to leave to give people that moment to show themselves and how they're going to be about it, and to give you time to nod along. I did have a question for Polly. I want to know what all these horrible things are I've said that justify all his horrible things he says, because I don't think they're out there. I think what he calls the horrible things I say, pointing out what he does. Oh, you're not sure about that one, Jack? That's because he's your daddy. Okay, Jack, what are the horrible things I've said? Because you agree with him in Flow State that I can't set boundaries and I have to lose my vagina. But if I would change my picture to Dominic Talcott right now, you'd say I'm banned and have a vagina, as Flow State would put it. So I'm not allowed to have boundaries? Because if Dom was on the operating table, did Paul ever wave $100 bills in the camera at you as you asked him for help?
Please pause.
Please answer.
To which question? I'm sorry if I missed it.
Has Paul ever waved $100 bills in the camera as you've crawled to him asking for help?
I don't think so.
Of course not. You've never asked for help because you told these people you were going homeless when you knew you were selling your house for big bucks.
That's not accurate. That's
a claim. Accurate.
No, that's
accurate. People asked you, Jack, are you still going to stream when you lose your house? And you said, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. And then you come back and say, I'm blessed. I'm blessed.
Right.
I have lots of money. I'm blessed.
Tom, please pause. This is something that Paul pointed out. Selective memory, right? He didn't use
a liar and a secret keeper.
No, you're ignoring my explanations. I've explained that many times. It's God, dude. Tom, it's God. If you'd stop,
God is not why your real estate.
I've got to get this thought out.
Google.
I want to get this thought out because it was something I was considering earlier. There's so many people in this panel. They view each other with a lens of distrust, assuming the worst.
Yeah, because they're backstabbers. I don't have any reason to trust them, just like you.
But this is where you're being tested. Forgiveness feels good. Trust
and you literally say forgive me and do the thing you ask me to forgive you for in the same panel, in the same show. You asked me last time, please forgive me, as you put me backstage and let Paul and Flow State and you all run a false narrative. And that's what you were asking me to forgive you for, as you did it again. Why do I have to forgive that?
Do you see what you do? Running a
Oh,
false
you're
narrative?
flipping on me, you manipulative
No, I'm
son of a
asking,
bitch.
Tom, I'm asking you
Do
genuinely.
you see what you do?
Here,
It's
Tom,
causing two families.
let's do this. Can you
Oh, you're
please
calling
take
me a bitch? Are you calling me a bitch?
the bitch within you? It's coming out.
Listen, if there's a bitch within me, it's a bad bitch, like the baddies on Pornhubs.
But it
You're a
doesn't
bitch you're a bitch like you want to deflect and say, "Oh, I love you. I'm sending love," as you stab me in the back. That's
Tom.
you give me a big old hug and stab me in the back.
Tom, we can end all wars.
Defend yourself. Stay relevant to the points
Why
I've
should I-
said. You
why
let
should
these
I-
people believe.
I'm not under attack. I don't need to defend myself. Please
You
stop
do.
the nonsense. Calm down.
Okay, so when you were telling us that you're paying rent out, like you were renting your house out of the profit you were going to get for it, you always knew that profit was coming. Yeah, you did.
Tom, please trust, I was not clear on the details because people have not been communicating with me the things in my life. I have to deal with whatever
You
people
were
fucking
living in a
give me.
house that you were not aware of the mortgage details, and whenever you said, "Yeah, I want to rent it while I sell it," that you were unaware of those details.
Tom, at the time I signed those papers, remember the context, right? It was the day before I was scheduled to go to court for eviction, and I was given the opportunity to finally renew the lease. Is that what? I think that's what. No,
You're trying to make stuff up. That's not how it goes.
No,
Yeah,
yeah,
look at you.
no, it was right before the foreclosure sale. That's when we
the sale. Yeah.
And then it was, I think it was, well, we went to court for the eviction, but then, finally.
Narrative, that history. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it's been a long time. So, and I don't focus on the past. I'm
Let
future.
me get back. Let me get back. Back to when Jack got a little bit of money and he got a haircut and a bunch of shirts and he said, "I'll show the unslave." Down.
Dude,
then what they say at the boathouse.
Tommy,
They said, "Sir, it's a 3-drink minimum or you have to leave."
They ripped me off in this contract in so many different ways.
I hear your complaints. I hear your complaints and your excuses.
Why are we talking about that? I mean, I was trying to explain that I'm not lying. I've been a liar. I've been
a secret keeper, thus perpetuating wars.
Holy cows, Tom! What other idea what can we agree on? What can
that you're a liar and a loser?
I don't agree.
Look at them.
Those aren't things we agree on. What can we agree on? We can agree on Jesus, right?
No, you don't even agree on that.
We agree he was.
No, you said it's a story.
We agree.
You say whether he existed, whether he didn't exist.
He is. It's true. I don't deny that, Tom.
Right. So why do you think you're going to do the thing that he's going to do?
Because he's with me and these ideas, I'm confident.
That's strange. He seems to be with me, and I don't have to mod God you on any channel to wreck your false Antichrist narrative.
But I'm not trying to wreck anyone. I'm trying to save lives.
Well, you're wrecking yourself.
I'm literally praying that I can be used to save lives.
Describe how you pray.
Mostly it's thank you, God. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, God. Thank you, Mother Earth. Thank you, the elements, for everything.
Whoa, you're thanking Mother Earth?
Mm-hmm.
Mother Earth's going to burn. Mother Earth has an expiration date.
No. The prophecy is God created the earth and us to bring heaven
and
into
he's going to
world.
Destroy it.
What?
He will destroy it.
He'll destroy the oppressive systems of commercial.
No, he's going to destroy the literal planet. He's going to destroy the literal rock.
Well, part of it's happening. It is happening. There's places that are facing true disasters.
See how you're just trying to be right?
Well, I'm trying to agree with you that you're right. It's happening.
Then why are you disagreeing with me?
Where am I disagreeing with you?
That
In
you
this
think that
conversation.
you're going to usher in God's prophecy, that you're going to do the things that Jesus is going to come do.
Yeah, I
No,
agree with
that's wrong.
Well, I agree with it. So I guess you've got the disagreement
You agree with what?
with what you described, that I feel
What did
Jesus
I
is
describe?
with me in these ideas and that God is
No,
going
no,
to allow us.
see, you are delusional if you think I'm saying that you'll do what you say you're doing. Now you're trying to polyboy fog this stuff.
No, I'm trying to have a conversation with you.
There will be war
There is war.
until the Antichrist makes a short-term false peace.
It's already here.
No,
Donald
there's not
Trump is,
peace right now.
Donald Trump is claiming illusions of peace while he's
No,
actively
it will be a
creating wars.
real. It will
Okay,
be a real peace.
All right, great.
I'm sorry, did
So
I?
then what? But the thing is you're bringing these things up from a book, from memory, that don't have actual connecting. So what are you suggesting then?
What?
So what are you
What does that
suggesting?
mean? What you just said? Just from a book that don't have connection. You're literally saying you're going to do the things in that book. How is it not relevant?
It's my prayer. As I've said, I pray
Well,
that
he's
God
not going to grant. You can't pray for things that go against God's will and God's prophecy.
You didn't hear me. You didn't hear me.
I did hear you.
What did I say? What did I pray for?
You said it's your prayer for your stupid Antichrist jargon to happen.
Well, that's not what I said, because I
Well,
actually
then
think
please be more decisive in what you say.
well, it is my prayer. I said this a while ago. I pray that God allows me to take the lead until Jesus reveals
What?
himself. Yeah.
Take the
Why
lead.
don't
What?
take the lead? Why don't we as Christians create a better world so that when
What do
Jesus
you mean we
returns,
as Christians?
we as believers, how about that?
Jack, that's not you. Because you say manipulative things like, if Christians were really Christians, they'd ... That's manipulation.
Okay.
If we
So,
were really your friend, we would ...
Please. Please pause. We've got,
You're a manipulator.
I think it's Voy in the back, but it's not quite connected.
Hey, write this down. Oh, I'd love to talk to Voy over you right now.
Would
First time I've ever said that.
So
Welcome.
have at it. Have at it, Tommy.
Welcome, Voy. Tommy, please.
Hi, Jack.
You want to
Yeah,
talk
the
to?
floor, boy.
No, I thought you wanted to talk to. Oh, yeah.
I gave
Go
him the
ahead.
floor.
I mean, he wanted to have at me. Just have at me.
No, I said I'd rather talk to you than this Jack vague looping.
Well, still go ahead. I mean, if you rather talk to me instead of Jack, just do it. I mean, I'm here.
Oh, Trexty, just so you know, you're absolutely invisible on my channel, you fake ass bitch, and your money contributions don't make you correct, as Jack may make you fucking believe that it does. And Hank, me donating money doesn't make me correct.
Oh my goodness, you're so bitter, Tom. I love you so much.
No, I don't like you. You're
Don't you think he's the best, bitterest person ever?
He is.
I'm not bitter.
Imagine how much fun, Tommy.
He's
Here you go. What did I say you do at the beginning, Jack? You set a false narrative. Now, if you want to go down this road, tell me how I'm bitter in life. Tell me how I'm broken. Tell me how my day-to-day thing goes.
No, I only said you're bitter with me. I mean,
because you're an asshole. You're a manipulative, lying asshole.
Tom, please allow some space within your mind for the possibility you're wrong, that I'm not as big of an asshole as you think.
See, this is how you're a manipulator. You never say, how am I wrong? Why do you say I am wrong? Why do you say I'm an antichrist? Why
That's
are you saying I'm an asshole?
indeed. That is the question. That is the question.
Yeah, so why does he never ask it? Why does he
Well,
always
why
turn
don't
it?
you ever
Because
ask that?
he's a manipulative
Why?
asshole.
I mean, you are the biggest asshole on the Panelverse, dude.
I'm
Why
really
don't?
not.
Okay, so
You are.
I
You're
mean,
one of them.
the same question.
How's
will,
that, Jack?
dude? The same question will still apply. How are you not the biggest asshole on the Panelverse?
Because in my past 2 channels, I literally have done more on the street than Landry.
No,
I've
just give us
literally
a straight
showed
answer.
the
Just
Panelverse
give us a
how I
straight answer that we
operate
can
day to
understand.
day. I'm sorry, you
No.
over talking my reply?
Yeah, no, dude, just give us a straight answer.
You mean like a not homosexual answer? Because that was a
Oh
straight
yeah,
answer.
that would be the. But you can't say that. You can't say that, right? Because you are.
Boy, are you having like
Womp,
are
Well,
you using
here,
a VHS camcorder for a webcam?
Tom, I love you. I really do. I love.
No, you don't. This is how you're manipulative. You want YouTube to see
You
you
don't
telling me that. But
you
your
don't even
actions and your
consider.
behavior do not show that at all.
Please see the kindness and the
I
fairness.
see
I've
no
extended
kindness in
today.
you.
None. No kindness. Come on.
Are you saying to let a person with no live channel come up and talk, that's kindness? Because half the time you're keeping me from talking and setting a narrative about me.
The fact that you're unable to find any signs of kindness from me speaks
Is
volumes
proof
about
that you're an asshole.
It shows you're closed-minded and you're
No, it shows you're oblivious to what you're being
Tom,
shown as.
I
Jack,
don't know how
if
to
there was
communicate
kindness
with.
about you, I just pointed out.
Tell you what,
You're fake.
I've tried my best today, Tommy. I mean no disrespect. I appreciate you joining. However, it is clear that you're not open at all.
It's undoable. It's like it's
Today, in the moment, today and in the moment, in the past, it's been undoable, unmovable, but I have faith.
You still have faith. Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
He keeps returning, and that gives me another opportunity. And eventually, I'm going to break through to some of these people. I really will.
Do you feel the same about Tommy as you feel about Stepan? I mean, they're quite similar. They're different in kind of similar though.
I actually don't find Tommy to be as cruel.
Yeah, he's more straight up, right?
Yeah, he's more upfront about his dislike for people, whereas Steven he'll play the demonic, put on a fake light, a fake goodness, and then manipulate everything into darkness. It's fascinating how people choose to behave,
right? Or how people choose to be hated, right? To behave, right? Yeah. I mean, yeah. Sorry for saying that, but I mean, when I think about that, I love Tommy way more than I love Steven, just because they want to be hated in a certain manner. And I hate Tommy more and more.
Really?
Yeah, because I mean, how can you hate Steven? He's just I mean, he's just so, how do you call this? I mean, there's just nothing to hate. He just wants to mix in, But Tommy.
No, I don't.
No.
See, I don't see that about Steven. That's fast. It's interesting how we find different perceptions and experiences, because truly each experience is different. Yeah. But that you said something interesting, Voy. Some people do seem to love to be hated. Now, why would someone want that? I mean, if you think these things through, it makes sense. Someone is seeking to be hated because they're seeking attention. And it's not the supportive, kind, loving attention that they're attracting. It's the angry and dark attention.
Yeah.
But regardless, they're seeking attention. And goes into my theory of how God has us designed. When we walk absent from God, absent from love, we're alone in this world, right? And alone in this world, God will lead us to self-sabotage. And self-sabotage eventually will reach a point in our suffering where we'll either give up or we'll turn to God. And through surrender, that's where we start turning the corners.
That makes sense, Jack. So do you think that these people are trying to be hated by us just to get through that point, right?
It's what our mind does. It has to do with the shadow, kind of the conversations we were having earlier. And someone made a comment similar to it. We will project. Why? We'll project through our accusations and our assumptions. We'll project what's within us. And the way the universe is designed, we're going to find a match to us in the life experience, and that match is going to show us who we are. And I used to be wounded, and I don't remember being like some of these characters, but I do remember the feeling of being angry and upset and wanting attention. But what that is, it's the inner spirit, the young child that has been hurt and left forgotten. That inner child wants attention, not from the outer world. It wants attention from the adult, the mind within.
Yes, Tommy, that's a message to you, Tommy.
And Snafu, who's in the back. Hey, I'm feeling actually, I may start wrapping up. I'm going to keep this one a little short, may do some final words. Anything more from you, my friend?
No, dude, I love connecting to you, and, especially when it makes sense. I don't always connect to you, and it does make sense, but this time it did. So thank you.
Did.
Thank you.
Hey, boy, I do. I appreciate you joining. And you brought some support. I appreciated how you helped interact with our friend Tommy as well. Blessings to you, brother. And peace. Brothers and sisters, sincerely, today was meant to be fun, right? Make furrowed brows level again. It's Talcott Tuesday, man. Whatever you want to call it. It's another day of life. And I do have love for Tom. I got love for so many. Our friend Paul stopped by as well today, and he was clearly an influence on my path in this social media experience, good and bad. I picked up some things from him, and I hope to continue doing so because, brothers and sisters, I do feel filled with life. And I want to share the reminder, right? This world we live in, it's built on division, and there are many hands in the pockets of the poor. So if you feel poor, right, I guess you need to look at yourself and see whose hands are in your pocket, who's got control over you. People taking from people creates poverty. So look at yourself and see where you might be taking more than you're giving. See where you can give a little bit more, because the more people that give to people, the more abundance is shared. And it's easy to share abundance when you've got a heart filled with joy and care and gratitude. So start those practices first thing in the morning. And if you can, as you can, in any ways you can, keep the idea of giving your first fruits. Give the best of what you've got, use your own determination. Figure out what it means to you, but realize the purpose is to show that you care for others more than yourself. That shows the universe that you have faith in goodness more than the worldly resources. And it's through our attachment to the worldly resources, the worldly conveniences, the worldly possessions and relationships, through all the ways of the world that we start finding ourselves weighed down. And I said this earlier today, in the greater world of the systems of banking and government and corporations, the Luciferian forces are hiding openly, visibly in the darkness of selfishness and ignorance. It's only the selfish and the ignorant that would allow secrecy to be legal, making excuses to tell lies, making excuses for violence and wars and murder. Murder is murder, even if it's legal. The news that's happening with the US and Venezuela and our participation with the taxpayers and the military industrial complex from America, brothers and sisters, join me. Join me, please, in this idea. I want to have that conversation in real life. Jack Talcott, Donald Trump, talking about the many ways that peace is available from his position. I got a different perspective than him, and I'd love to share the vision that I have in this head of mine, this heart of mine, a world of reform and peace, bringing forth generous people, educated people, wise people, creative people who tend to the world around them, to Mother Earth, to each other. We nurture and grow this world of life that we've been given, claiming our place in this world rightfully as you are, where you are. No, I am where I am. I am as I am. What do I offer that which created me into being? What do I offer that which animates me with life, with the awareness of life, the awareness of love, the opportunity and possibilities for creativity and discovery? What do I offer to that, brothers and sisters? Give God your mind, your heart, your time, your attention, and see what the results you can find. It won't be time wasted. That's not been my experience, at least. I'm going to wrap it up here, and sincerely thank you to all of you. Please do the like, subscribe, share, invite, tell others. Let's see if we can grow this movement, this grassroots movement, where brothers and sisters of this world, all of humanity, we live without fear because we live with love. Till next time, choose love, peace for everyone, and live without fear, of course. God bless. Peace.